Yeah, good evening. Please, I would like to educate you about trade. Trade, we have UNC trade and we have UNF trade. UNC trade, that is the United National Course, and we have United National Fine. That's what you normally call it. The United National Fine, you normally call it the smooth trade, and United National Course, that you normally call it rough trade. So anytime you see a trade that or a tap or a die that they've written it UNC, it means that it is a rough trade that you normally call it, and UNF is a fine trade. That trade that you normally call it smooth trade. And we have the BSW, that is the British Standard Withward, and we have the BSF, that is the British Standard Fine. If you see this one, BSW is the British Standard Withward, is the one that you normally call it rough trade, and the British Standard Fine is a smooth trade. Like, I want to educate you especially the difference between the UNC trade and the BSW. When you pick a tap or a die, for example, if it's a half-inch UNC, if you pick half-inch UNC trades and you pick half-inch UNC trade, let's say tap or die, if you look at the page, they are all the same. You may have the same page, but the difference is the profile of the trade. The BSW, the profile is 55. The trade profile, this is the trade profile, is 55 degrees. But the UNC trade, its trade profile here is 60 degrees. But the pitch, they are all the same. The pitch, they are all the same. Like I said, the UNC, half-inch UNC and half-inch BSW, the pitch, they are all the same. The pitch is 13 per 1 inch per pitch. For the half-inch, the pitch, they are all the same, but the profile is different. Now I want us to look on the other step, that is the BSPT, the BSPT trade. The BSPT trade is British Standard dry seal tipper, that's the key word, the tipper pipe trade. British Standard dry seal tipper pipe trade. And we have NPTF, that is American National Standard, American National Standard dry seal taper pipe trade. Let's look at the difference between these ones. Yeah, looking at the British Standard dry seal taper pipe and The NPTF is the American National Standard Dry Seal Taper. So the key words that we have to look at it is this is the British and this is the American. Make sure that notice that the British thread, most of the British thread, the profile of the thread is 55. The thread profile is 55 degrees, and every American thread, the thread profile is 60 degrees. You have to take a note of it. But the taper, this one is a taper thread. The key word is a taper. This one too is taper. So the taper side, it means that the angle here is a thread. It means that the thread angle, if you calculate this, the thread angle, the taper angle, this is the angle. If you measure it, the taper angle is 1 degree, 1.47 degrees radian. Yeah, the taper angle is 1.47. That's the taper angle. The American National Standard Dry Seal Taper to the same thing. The taper angle, the angle here is 1.747 degrees. So every British thread, the thread profile is 55 degrees, and every American thread, its thread profile is 60 degrees. But it's mostly on the imperial threads. The imperial threads 60 for the American, the imperial thread 55 for the British. So when you pick up every BSPT threads or tap, it is in taper form like this. It's in taper form. Every BSPT or NPTF, the T is a taper. Anytime you see the T, it means that it's a taper. T is taper. So the thread is taper thread. The angle here is 1.47 degrees. But when you pick up a tap and you see that it's NPSI. If you pick up a tap, it's NPSI. So if you pick up a thread or a tap that is written on a tap, NPSI is American National Standard Dry Seal Intermediate Straight Pipe Thread. So the key word that I want you to take note, the S is a straight pipe. For this tap, is mostly straight. It's not tapered. It's mostly straight. But the thread profile and other stuff, they are all the same. That those threads, it means that the thread is straight. That's the key word. Then I want to educate you on these ones that they've indicate on the tab. They say the dry seal. This one too, that's the British Standard dry seal. The dry seal on the British Standard taper pipe thread, and with the dry this one too, the NPTF. Then that's the American National Standard dry seal. Anytime you come across this dry seal, it means that it is mostly for the fittings. It is mostly for the pipe fittings. Pipe fittings. It is used mostly on pipe fittings. So if you see the dry seal, it means that it's for pipe fittings. I hope you enjoyed this education. Follow me and I'll have more tips for you about engineering. Thank you. Just share to your colleagues, then we will just learn more about engineering. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.